Welcome back to Club 1 Part 9 of our Football Manager 22 Let's Play, where we are here with Blyth Spartans. We've got two more matches today in our Let's Play. The first one is our second leg of our semi-final in the FA Trophy against Boston United, and then we are going to be playing Farsley Celtic again because we love their logo on this channel, and we've got to have that battle of the logo as many times as we possibly can. Now, a couple of things have happened since you were last with me. The first one is we have got a new contract at Blyth Spartans. We are here for another year. We've got a bit of a pay bump, and they've actually dropped the compensation, so if we did have a higher league club come in for us, they don't have to pay us so much money to get us out of our contract, and it would make more sense then for us to move on. We are also studying for our national A license, so this will be our third coaching badge this season that Blyth Spartans are paying for us to go and do. In terms of results, we've played 5 more matches since the last episode on Tuesday. We've had 4 wins and 1 loss. Now, unfortunately, the loss we have had is a 2-1 loss against Boston United in the first leg of the tie we're about to go and see. So we are on the back foot already. This is the team we are going to be using to face Boston United. It's Johnston in goal, back 4 of Liddell, Brown, Sword, Buddle and Evans, Cunningham, Sharif and Reed in midfield, O'Donnell and Thompson on the wings, and Brown, Sterling up front. So very much a bog standard team for us. It's very much what we've been using for most of our good momentum in the league so far. Now, we have got to go and overturn that 2-1 deficit, but I'm confident we can go and do it. We beat Boston United in the league. That was one of those 4 wins in between episodes. We then went and lost in the cup match, which is less than ideal. If you do enjoy today's content, of course, please do drop a like down below. It does really help out the channel. It's very much appreciated if you can do that. I will be forever in your debt. I think we're going to have to get a goal pretty quickly against Boston United. We're not going to be able to leave it until the end of the match, because that's going to mean we have to go to penalties and all sorts of stuff. I don't think away goals are a thing. I think they've pretty much been scrapped in most competitions now. We are at home though, and obviously in the first tie we were away. Maybe that's had a slight effect. You would hope we'd be beating Boston United today. We're hopeful today we can go and get the result we need, and then it will be we'll still be on the hunt for some silverware this season. I'm seeing Flyder drawing against Hereford as well, although Gateshead are winning 2-0. They've just conceded a goal against Chester, so it's 2-1 now, which is very interesting, because we are technically top of the league at the moment, but it's not really worth sort of writing home about, because we've got games in hand on other clubs, so it doesn't make any sense really to be sort of counting that as a oh, we're ahead. We have got a penalty here. It's Sean Reed. Every time I see Sean Reed take a penalty, even though he scored his last 3 or 4, I'm still always now going to be reminded of that penalty we saw in that episode. Oh, that was close, but actually he's placed out really nicely. Bit of power into the top right corner. It does now draw us level. We are 2-2 with Boston United right at the end of the first half. That was a really good penalty, to be fair. You're just a scary dude now, Sean Reed, because we've also seen you take some absolutely awful penalties, and I never know which one we're going to get. But a 2-2, we will take that. And as I said, what I was saying about the league tables, we are top at the moment, but given there's a lot of teams around us, Sean Reed, given there's a lot of teams around us that have games in hand on us, it doesn't make any sense to sort of be counting ourselves as top of the league. But back to the match in hand, Sean Reed with his second here off a corner. Cunningham has had a shot. I think that hit the crossbar maybe, or did their goalkeeper make a shot? That was quite hard to tell, but either way it's fallen to Sean Reed, and he scored his second of the game, which does now put us, as it stands, into the final of the FA Trophy. And I'm all for getting a little bit of silverware in our first season at Blyth Spartans. I think that there's no way you can't consider that a successful season. Although they are through on goal here, and they've slotted that one away really easily to draw back level against us. 2-1 on the day, 3-3 on aggregate. We didn't stay ahead very long there. And down this, I think in the summer, the first thing I need to do is buy a really top tier, at least for this level, right back, because we seem to struggle in that position, and actually a lot of the goals we concede are down this left hand side, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact we've got Reece Evans there, we've got Burns who can play there as well, and we have got Sharif, but Sharif's just so good in midfield that it doesn't make any sense to be constantly playing him as a right back, even though he's the best one in that position. So we need someone to slot in there as our first choice guy who can actually stop some of those coming in. Sharif there almost getting his head to that cross from Reece Evans, not managing it, but we have recycled possession quite well here. We've still got hold of the ball, and when we do have it outside the box now, considering I don't think, if I remember rightly, we've got a work into the box instruction on. We definitely do work it into the box. Thompson's been brought down again. Sean Reed, I think this is this the second episode in a row where we've had 2 penalties in a match? I'm pretty sure it is. Reed has definitely been training on his penalty taking since he lost that one. It's his 10th goal of the season. He's actually, yeah, that will be his hat-trick as well. It pulls us ahead again on aggregate. Perfect hat-trick, maybe? I doubt it, because 2 of them were penalties. So I think he would have taken it with the same foot on both. I don't think... I hope that when we need him to score a goal and score a penalty, he didn't decide I'll do it with my other foot to get a perfect hat-trick and risk that. I'm hoping that he actually did it with his proper foot. Who knows though? Maybe he didn't. Let me know down in the comments below. Or Liddell has put in a good tackle there. I just got a little bit jumpy that was going to be a penalty for them, because, you know, apparently the referee does like dishing them out today. He's given us 2 already. Not that we will complain, because we can be gifted a couple of goals, we're always going to take it. I'm just looking down at the players at the moment. Thompson's having a really good game, to be fair, but he's looking pretty tired. Reed now has got his 3 goals. He's looking pretty tired, and it's probably in this tie time for some changes. So I think with that, we'll take Reed off and bring on Ben Clark, and then we will also take off Thompson and bring on Josh Gillies over on that right hand side. I've no idea how you say his name. It could be, I don't think it's Giles. It could be. I'm going to continue calling him Gillies. I'm sorry if you're a fan of Josh Gillies, or if Josh Gillies happens to ever watch this episode. If suddenly I blow up on YouTube and you're watching this 5 years into the future in the year 2027 and I've completely butchered your name for the last 2 episodes, my apologies, sir. But right now you are doing quite well at coming on as an impact sub, and you know, the last couple of times you've done that, you've got a goal. O'Donnell here to take this free kick. Oh, that one swung in. If that one had gone in, it would have been an absolute peach of a goal. Instead, it has hit the crossbar on the way over. But as it stands, unless something mad happens in the next couple of minutes, we are going to win the tie. We have won it. It's 4-3 on aggregate. We are through to the final, which is really, really good after obviously losing the first leg of this tie as well, to then be able to go on to the final. And it looks like, who are we going to have? Kettering as our opponent. Kettering are all the way down in 19th, so they're having a good cup run. This is the table as it stands, by the way, guys. Obviously we are top at the moment, but Gateshead and Flyde are both 2 points behind us, and they have a game in hand, so we could drop as low as 3rd here. I think at this point though, there's what, 42 matches in a season, so we haven't got many left. I think we are pretty much, unless something goes drastically wrong, going to be guaranteed a top 7 finish here. We're definitely not getting relegated, which is a good start, definitely. Reed, we're just going to tell him how good he was, and now we'll get over to our match against Farsley Celtic. And this is the team for the match against Farsley Celtic. It's an identical team, apart from Clark comes in for Sharif. Sharif is out injured with food poisoning, which means Reed moves over to the left as the box-to-box midfielder, and Clark comes in as the advanced playmaker. And Clark, as we can see, very happy to be here. Let's see if we can go out and get a good result against Farsley Celtic. We definitely need to just keep up that momentum at the top of the league. Obviously, at this point, we can't really control what Flyde and Gateshead are doing. We can only control about getting out every match and getting 3 points on the board ourselves, and then hopefully the league will sort itself out. As it stands, as we can see, Flyde have overtaken us, are now 1 point ahead of us in the automatic promotion spot, and then Gateshead are currently behind us. So as long as we keep winning, we are still within a shot of winning the league. I'd still be surprised if we managed to go on and do it. I don't think we've got quite the squad quality that other teams, have got in the league. But we're doing a very, very good job of it. Thompson there. I mean, it was a good attempt, I guess. We'll give him that. It was a good attempt. And we need to keep an eye on what Flyde are doing in their matches in between sort of highlights as well at the moment. Farsley are on the ball, playing in blue, is it today? It looks blue to me. I'm assuming it's blue. I think it is. Oh, Johnston making a good save there, as it turns out. The Farsley Celtic player offside anyway. And where are Flyde? Flyde are currently drawing 0-0 with Southport. So they are matching our result as it stands. We'll just scroll that down a little bit so we can keep an eye on the Flyde result. Gateshead are behind us on goal difference alone, and they are currently winning. So actually, if we win our match, we will manage to get a bit of a gap between us and them as well. And that was a very, very messy corner there. Has eventually been cleared by the Farsley Celtic players there, and it's this time into Cunningham for him to head home. That's a really, really good corner from Liddell. I've seen that combination a huge amount this season. Liddell either into Cunningham or into Buddle on the opposite side, and it's a very good working combination. We're not going to change it at the moment. I didn't actually ever mean to put Cunningham there because he's playing in a defensive midfielder position, and I think when I changed it to a 4-3-3, kind of rearranged where everyone would be sort of on the set piece routines. But as he's scoring them, I'd say fairly consistently, I'm going to leave it as it is, and it's a cross into the box there, but not really challenging too much for the ball, and Bevan is going to just distribute this one very, very long. It has actually worked out for him here, and Spencer is now through on goal. Johnston was on his knees before that shot even happened. I'm questioning exactly what you were thinking or what you were playing at there, buddy, because let's have a look at this on the replay. It's just a big ball forward, which, as you probably know if you watch me regularly, I absolutely hate, but on this occasion it's worked. They've knocked it through to Spencer, and Johnston was on his knees. Like, dive for the ball, try and narrow the angle, do something. I'm not a goalkeeper, but I feel like when you're trying to save a shot, on your knees, not the best place to do it. If you're on your knees, I'm assuming you're doing something else that isn't goalkeeping him. Cunningham there, trying to put another goal away for us, not managing it very well. But, you know, we're definitely, we are the team that is running rampant in this match. I feel like Farsley have got lucky getting a goal there. We're going to have to show them in the second half exactly why we are top of the league and not them, or second in the league. Into Brown Sterling. Never mind. We're not even going to rate into the second half. That is Brown Sterling's 28th goal of the season. There was a match in between episodes as well where Brown Sterling, I think it was, scored 4 goals past Hereford in one match, which was a record in this league for the most amount of goals scored by a player in a single match. We signed this guy on a free. I don't think we're going to ever need to spend money in this league because you can pick players up like Brown Sterling and they come in and they are fantastic. That would be my top tip if you are ever playing non-league football manager. Just don't spend money. I don't think there's any need to really spend money until you get to League 2, and even then there are some good freebies you can pick up. That's a great cross from Connor Thompson there for JJ O'Donnell just to tap away. It's a really, really easy finish for him at that far post. We are now 3-1 up, and we are pretty much coasting after that early scare of them equalising. Hasn't really changed anything. We've just gone about our business as normal. Their defender hasn't been able to rise high enough there to actually get that header and blocked across coming in. 12 shots for us to their 1. Their 1, they've got lucky and got a goal, but they're not really posing much threat to us here, if we're completely honest. And as it stands, we are top. So where's the Flyde match gone? So Flyde at the moment are... No, they are winning 1-0 against Southport. They must have literally been drawing there for a couple of minutes, because as I've been looking for it, they are now top of the league and we are 1 point below them again, but we are 2 points above Gateshead. So it's going to be a very, very interesting run in to the end of the season, I think. We do want to make a couple of changes now, though. So we'll bring on Josh Gillies for Thompson on that side. And do we want to save some legs elsewhere? I think we take off Brown Sword and bring on Toby Lees in defence. just to try and save his legs a little bit. And we are now into the 75th minute. Everyone's been performing pretty well. I guess now we save one more leg if we can. We don't really have. This is the only problem with having 5 substitutes. I can't really put anyone on the bench and be able to put both left winger and a right winger on. Kind of a little bit capped on what I can put on the substitutes bench. But we'll bring on Maguire. We'll put Brown Sterling out on that wing just to finish out the match. It's pretty much just a leg saving exercise here rather than a tactical change, because we should be seeing out the match now. It's been a fairly easy match for us in the end after that initial scare, and again it's a big pump forward from their goalkeeper, and we've easily cut that one out, and now we are building our own attack. Brown and Sterling back into Reed. Reed does have the ball nicked off of his feet, and Farsley are just going to pump that one forward and hoping that it will mean we don't score a goal, but it just does allow us to sort of build from the back like this. And I don't think we're in any great rush here to get forward and score another goal with 3 minutes left, although Josh Gillies here has other things to think about. Brown Sterling trying to put another goal past the goalkeeper there is going to keep his tally at 1 for this match. He's not going to manage to get a second one. And it's a 3-1 win for us. And it does mean we're keeping up the pressure on Flyde at the top of the league. So we can see here we are above on goal difference if we ever draw a level with them. And we're 1 point behind them. It looks like Gateshead ended up drawing as well. Gateshead ended up drawing. So we put a 4-point gap between us and them. It does very much mean the top of the league is us, Flyde and Gateshead. And we are celebrating our best ever National League North finish as it stands. We can now guarantee that with 5 matches to go. What was our best ever finish then? Having a look at our schedule moving forward, we've got the last game of the season there, which will be that cup tie against Kettering. Potentially in between that we will have playoffs as well, so we'll play through to the end of the season now. So either I'll be coming back when we are in the playoffs, or if it looks like we can still win the league towards the end here, then I'll be coming back for the matches against Curzon, Ashton and Gloucester in a couple of days time. As always though guys, if you have enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like down below the video. It does really help the channel out, and I really appreciate it. If you have enjoyed today's content as well, and you are excited for the potential of Blyth Spartans getting promoted, then why not subscribe to the channel as well? You can do that by pressing the little channel logo icon that's on the screen now. If you have enjoyed today's content, you want to watch some more on the channel, why not have a look at this video next, and I will see you on Saturday.